Oh my goodness, guys. It has literally been a month since I've been on YouTube. And I apologize. I told y'all I would not leave y'all hanging again. And I left y'all hanging for even longer. I have an interesting video for you guys today. I am going to be doing a makeup get ready with me / tattoo tour video. So starting off strong with my very first tattoo. I was 18 years old and my parents actually went with me to get it. It was literally back in 2020, but it is right here on my chest and it's over my heart and it says, "I love you, Nanny." It is actually something my grandmother wrote for me on a coloring page that I found from 2008. That was like one of our favorite things to do together was color, and so I just thought that for my first tattoo that would be a really heartfelt and great tattoo for me, because my grandmother did unfortunately pass away back in November of 2019 from stage 4 lung cancer. And if anyone knew me, they knew that my whole personality was my grandma. My grandma was my best friend. And still to this day, it is honestly hard to talk about her and her passing because it just was a really hard time for me. But I miss her every single day and I cannot wait to see her again one day. Okay, moving on to my second tattoo. A lot of people that know me know that my last name has not always been Durante. I actually had my mother's maiden name at birth, and then when she married my dad, I actually surprised him and decided to change my last name for graduation. We tried to go through the adoption process like twice, but it was just so much money. Honestly, I was like, okay, well, it's fine. Like maybe I could just change it whenever I turn 18 because it's less expensive because I'm an adult at 18, I guess. So it wouldn't really be an adoption, it would just be a legal name change. It was right before graduation, so we had already gone through the process in January of that year. And so I was like, okay, my name is legally changed now. How can I represent this name? I decided that I was gonna get the date that I changed my last name, which is January 9th of 2020. And I got it in Roman numerals. It is on this side, on my ribs, and that thing hurt. Okay, I had to go like not even 2 months later because homegirl did not go deep enough, and that's why it's so like big and blocky and thick. I don't really like how it looks, but it still looks nice enough for me to be like, oh yeah, this is the reason I got this tattoo, if people ask. On to my third tattoo. At the time I was still like mourning my grandma. When I tell y'all that stuff like hit me, it hit me. But I was really struggling in my faith because, you know, like when something happens to somebody, you're like, why would you take this person away? And you start questioning God. Well, one thing that I promised my grandma when I was younger is that I would never question God. And even when it was getting close to her like passing, I promised her that I would never question God. But of course, being human, you're gonna be like, why did you do this? Like, why my family? She would not want me to grieve this way, let alone like grieve this much in this long period. And so I finally realized like, this is not who I want to be. And so I started growing in my faith, and I finally was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get something on my body that represents the time that I've been through and how God has helped me get out of it. And so I went and got this tattoo on me. It's just a cross and it says, "God is greater than the highs and lows." It is probably one of my favorite tattoos. Honestly, all of my tattoos are my favorite. But that one, I know every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, God is on my side even during the hardest times. Okay, moving on to tattoo number 4. My fourth tattoo, I think it was my fourth, was this big O actually, now that I think about it, my fourth tattoo is actually on my shoulder blade, and I think I have an old picture of it, so I would have to go find that. I found it. This is my fourth tattoo. It is the American Airlines old logo, which is an eagle with my grandfather's initials in it. And coincidentally enough, his favorite animal was an eagle. I just got that one because I was like, I have one for my grandmother. I want one to represent my papa, like whenever he passes, like I already have it. I already have like that memory of him. And the reason it's the American Airlines logo is because he worked for American Airlines in Dallas for literally like 30 plus years. I believe he retired in 2002, or maybe it was 2003. Either way, I was literally like 1 or 2. But I thought that was like the perfect way to represent him, and so I got it. And I went with my cousin to one of his old friends' houses who did this tattoo and then the one that I'm about to show y'all. This one is also old. I think I got it in 2021. I got it because my middle name is Rosella. I'm named after my great grandma, so my grandma's mom, and the colors mean like mom, daughter, love, or something like that. but it's just a tiny rose on my ankle. Honestly, I don't even know what number we're at. My 6th tattoo I got was, it is this big old piece that goes all the way up here with butterflies and flowers and roses, and it has my birth year in it. I did not want to leave it blank. Like, I thought it looked ridiculous with just a blank spot in the middle. And so when I came home and showed my dad, he was like, what, you're gonna forget the year you're born? But I thought it was super cute, like the detailing, the flowers, the butterflies. And my next tattoo is on my arm. I think this is number 6, 7, I don't know, okay. But the next tattoo is actually a tattoo of one of my dogs, and it has both of their names on it. This is actually a drop from someone that I went to school with in middle school. This is actually her dog, and so she was doing an apprenticeship, so this was like literally $40. It just has Bella and Cooper, and this literally looks like Bella. Like, if y'all know my dog Bella, I even have a video of her on my channel, so if you go watch that one, you'll see that her dog that she drew literally looks like my dog. My dogs are literally my life, okay? Moving on with the tattoos, the next ones I'm going to show y'all I actually got at my sister-in-law's bachelorette party. She had like some lady come and do the tattoos for everybody. We all like pitched in. It was like one's big price, and like she just split it up into however many of us there were. But I got 2. I got this little cutesy vine on my hand just because I always wanted a hand tattoo, and it's like dainty and cute, and I love her. And then to represent Q, because my dad was always like, never get somebody's name tattooed on your body. And I'm like, okay, lit. So I got his favorite number tattooed on me, which is the number 23, and he recently just got my favorite number tattooed on him on the same arm, and it's number 5. We're locked in. We ain't going nowhere because I don't feel like covering this up. Moving forward to the tattoos that I literally got at the beginning of this year. So the first one I got this year was this really cute half butterfly, half like floral butterfly with the 1969 in the middle. That is actually my mom's birth year. I got that because obviously like my mom brought me into this world. She gave me life, and I would literally do anything for my mom. When I was growing up, everybody could literally tell you that me and my mom probably wouldn't have gotten along in my adult life because we butted heads so much when I was a teenager. Like, I was so mean to her, and I regret it because my mom is literally an angel. She literally does anything and everything for everybody, and I just love her so much. Okay, so after I got that tattoo from my mom, I decided to get another one for my dad because my dad was diagnosed with stage 2 prostate cancer in 2023. He's in remission now. He did his radiation and he's doing amazing. But I got this cancer ribbon for him, and of course, Elizabeth fashion, I had to get a vine going through it. It is honestly like the cutest, most daintiest cancer ribbon tattoo I've seen, and I love it. So for my second to last tattoo is actually a really sad one. I have had my childhood dog since I was 8, I believe. It was back in 2009. Actually, I was 7 because my birthday's in December, so I didn't turn 8 until the end of that year. And her name was Little Bit. She was 15 years old, and unfortunately I had to put her down last October. We decided to take her to the vet. I drove the 45 minutes and we took her to the vet, and her kidneys were failing. She was using the bathroom on herself, and so I had to make the hardest decision of my life so far and put her down. I was literally bawling, okay? I was so sad, but it made my heart happy, helped me heal faster knowing that she was with my grandma and my grandpa again. She ended up being my grandma's dog after I moved out with my mom, and my grandma literally, like, that would have killed my grandma. I wanted her paw on me. So this is the tattoo I got, and she even put LB in there for Little Bit for no charge, and I literally, y'all, cried, okay? Straight up cried. Hey guys, future editing Elizabeth here. I was literally in the middle of editing my video, and I had to take the memory card out of my laptop because I literally forgot one of my tattoos. I don't know how I forgot it. It's literally right here where all the other ones were. So this is me coming to you live, literally like 4 hours after making that video, and about to show you one of the tattoos that I got before I got any of these other ones on my arm. So this is one that a girl I went to high school with did. Not the best, but I still like it because it really just means so much to me. It says let them, and that is something that my parents used to tell me when I would get bullied in middle school and high school. They'd be like, let them talk, let them say whatever, it doesn't mean anything, it's never gonna mean anything. I try to ignore it and I try to just let them talk, but it wasn't easy for me. I hated when people hated me, especially when I didn't do anything wrong. In high school it was really bad, and my mom and dad would always say let them, let them, let them. My grandma would say let them talk, let them do whatever. They don't know you, we know you, we love you. And so that is why there's a really sentimental meaning behind that tattoo, is because it's just from all my family saying let them. And now it's so easy for me to just let people talk shit, let people do whatever, because at the end of the day, like, I know who I am. Yeah, I just want to hop on here and show you guys that. I realized in the video I never showed this tattoo, and I was like, how did I even miss that? But yeah, let's get back to the rest of the video. The final tattoo is really hard for me to talk about. It's literally, y'all can see it right now. This would actually be the second tattoo that I got from my grandfather. Y'all saw the first one in the beginning, and so I actually got this one to represent what he passed away from. My grandpa actually passed away from a heart attack. We don't know if it was massive or minor, but I'm assuming it was massive by the way he was found. Come to find out, he actually had a heart disease that he didn't tell any of us about, and I'm assuming it's because he saw how hard it hit us when my grandmother passed, that he did not want to worry us or anything. And that's just who my grandpa was. He put everybody before him. He never wanted to like be a burden or have like people worry about him. He just wanted us to live our lives happy, and so by doing so, he just decided to keep it to himself. I hate that he like felt like he needed to do that to protect us, but again, to know my grandpa is to know that he was a protector of his family through and through, the hardest working man I know. He was like the best guy in the world, I swear. And so after we found out he passed from that heart condition, I went and got this one. It is a human heart, and it has his birth date, September 21st, 1945. And the date that he passed, July 7th, 2024. And it has flowers coming out, so the heart is essentially acting like a vase. And these flowers are actually his birth flowers, and those are the colors of his birth flowers. Now, I don't remember what his birth flowers were. His birth flowers are the Aster and the Morning Glory. This is what they look like. This is a reference picture that I showed my tattoo artist, and she did so good bringing it to life. But yeah, those are all my tattoos, and I am so happy with every single one of them. I honestly never thought that I would get this many tattoos in my life, but I did, and I don't regret it at all. But yeah, this is my little makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this video for you guys. I especially enjoyed telling you guys my story behind all of these tattoos. I promise I will be more consistent. I have a couple video ideas coming up for next week. I just started a new job, so I might be a little slower with editing, but I'm gonna try to get this out as soon as I can. So yeah, I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.